I want to talk about something that has a lot to do with why I was able to go from making about $150 a week to, or was it month? I was making basically no money. I wasn't making enough to pay for rent, to pay for food. I was reliant on savings and then a girlfriend, and that was not, that was not great. I was making barely any money whatsoever. And then in the last 2 years, I've gotten to a point where I'm making well into the six figures. And this is something I picked up in a book. I wish I knew exactly which book I got this from. But it's a very simple concept that really made a big difference because I wanted to be a psychologist. I wanted to be a drummer. I wanted to be a public speaker. I wanted to be all these different things. And so what I would do when it came to making money is I would try something for a month or two, go to something else, try something for a month or two, go to something else. And this was a pattern that repeated itself again and again and again, indefinitely. But then I made a commitment. Okay, dating advice is a topic that I know very well, that I've read all the books, I've watched all the videos, I've had a lot of experiences, gone from being someone who's very shy to being someone who's very confident and, has no problem getting a date. So I'm just going to commit to write 100 articles about dating. And if I do that and I haven't made it, my business still hasn't taken off, I'm still making $150 per week or month. I don't either way is bad. But I'm not making money, then I can quit. But not until then. Not until that point is reached. I have to keep doing this and focus on this, nothing else in terms of business. This is the one thing that I'm going to do until it either works or it fails, until I get to 100. And so there would be times when, this article only got like 30 views in the first day, and I feel that's nothing. It's not going to work. And I would think maybe I should go with this other angle. And that would happen again and again. I would want to quit, but I would tell myself, remind myself, just get to 100. I have to get to 100. And then by the time I got to 60 or 70 articles, I was already getting something like, my website was getting like 500 views a day, which is enough to make some money. And I then started a YouTube channel as well to build on that because I saw potential. And once I finished the 100 articles, I was already making an actual living. I was making a solid living from it. And from there, what I did is I went to building the YouTube channel because that was growing faster. And I got to a point within 2 years where I was making six figures. So that was the watershed moment that made the difference, was making that commitment to stick with it until X. And you can do this with any goal. I'm going to stick with this diet until at least for 2 months. Then I can quit. Or I'm going to keep going to the gym 3 times a week until I do 50 workouts. Or until I can lift X amount. That would be another way to go about it. Until I can, like a certain lift that you really want to do. I want to be able to do 8 dumbbell curls of 50 pounds. I'm going to keep trying until then. Then I can quit. So you're giving yourself permission to quit at some point. And that kind of takes off a lot of pressure and gives you this sense of maneuverability. Because one of the biggest things that causes problems when you're trying to self-improve is the feeling of being trapped by your own goals. The feeling that you're not free to do what you want to do. You have to do this. But this gives you an end point, a point where you get that sense of relief, right? I'm done, I can stop. And that changes the psychology of what's going on. And I found that to be a very simple technique, but very powerful. And I'm going to be doing that with my new channel, my psychology/philosophy channel. I haven't thought of a good name yet. If anyone has ideas, let me know in the comment section below. But I'm going to make 100 videos before I decide, this channel, it's not for me. I don't find it useful or meaningful. It's not something I just came up with out of nowhere. It's something I've had a lot of thought towards and consideration that this would be a good idea. I'm not saying you just come up with a whim and then you decide I'm going to dedicate myself to that. It's got to be something that has some meaning to you, something you've been considering for a long time, like getting in better shape, starting a side hustle, things like that. That is, or reading, meditating, something that you've had an interest in but haven't been able to dedicate yourself. And that's a simple technique to give yourself that extra push to keep going, to not give up. And so that's what I'm going to do with this channel. I might add some extra, of course, I'm going to be making at least one video a week. But ideally, every day that I'm not putting out a video on my other channel, I'm going to put a video out on this channel to grow it. And so that I have something that can reach a larger amount of people while still being something that's helping people. It's just in a different way, in a different part of their lives. So that is a simple tip, a simple technique that you can use that can help you achieve whatever goal you have. It's one of those simple tweaks that can make a big difference. It did for me. I urge you to give it a try. The worst case scenario is that the same thing happens that was going to happen anyway, if you were going to, burn out or procrastinate or whatever, and that you still don't finish it. But I highly doubt it's going to, make it so that now you don't follow through when you were going to before. If anything, it may help a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button, and leave a comment, because look, if you dislike it, leave a comment. You can't hit the dislike button. Only I see it. No one else sees the dislike button. So leave a comment saying how much I suck and how much this idea sucks, etc., etc. I would appreciate that.